Good afternoon to you. Thanks for clicking on to the UK Europe video blog for today, the Sunday edition. And I'm really going to be focusing on the pattern across the UK, Ireland, as well as the rest of the continent over the current situation, as well as the days ahead. We've seen high pressure dominate the majority of Europe, and we've got, of course, an area of low pressure deepening and moving and trying to push its way east towards the southern portion of Ireland. It's trying to push its way eastwards, but that block and dominant ridge of high pressure over Europe is really stopping it from progressing eastward. That problem has meant that we've seen a series of very slow moving bands of intense rain. Of course, the flow coming out of a warm, moist, subtropical environment, riding along that boundary that's basically sitting right over Ireland. You could draw a line basically from the northwest corner of Iberia right up through Ireland, Northern Ireland, and off the west coast of Scotland, all the way up to the west and off the west of Scandinavia. That line basically separating two distinct air masses, causing a lot of problems over the Republic of Ireland. We've seen tremendous flooding, and that will continue to be the problem as we see several inches of rain, in fact, fall, and we have seen over the past few days through today and over the next 24 to 36 hours. Eventually the boundary will start to get its way eastward, as the trough that's sitting off the west of Ireland will eventually start to push more towards Iberia, bending the ridge of high pressure more northwestwards, and eventually we will see that boundary push eastwards. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. This is the upper level pattern of the European for tomorrow. You can see here the large upper trough deepening, and it's actually getting pushed farther southwards. What that's doing is the high pressure itself, and that warm air, as this trough gets dug farther south, it's actually getting pushing this warmth more and more northwards through the UK and up into Scandinavia. You can see a trough over northwestern Europe. That's actually producing very cloudy, cool, chilly conditions over northwest Russia through Moscow and down even in through portions of the Ukraine and Bulgaria as well. Cooler conditions over the eastern portion of Europe. Rather mild, settled conditions, very sunny across Central Europe, but the warmest air, I must say, is through central and western France, up through England and Wales. We could be seeing temperatures today bouncing towards between 15 and 19, even perhaps 20 Celsius. Very, very warm for this time of year across England and Wales. Cloudier conditions to the north over Scotland, and very wet conditions, of course, across Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland today. So looking ahead, as I was saying to you, the trough trying to dig its way towards northwest Iberia. Look at how heights, upper level heights, are now trimmed back across northwestern Spain through northern Portugal. But as I said to you, the ridge is now starting to become stronger farther north as the trough digs south. So look at the milder air still across the majority of mainland UK, but the ridge is getting pushed northwestwards up towards, it's trying to get its way towards Iceland and whatnot. Mild conditions cover the majority of Scandinavia. But looking ahead at Wednesday, you can see here heights starting to trim back over the UK. What that's doing is it's actually allowing the boundary that's been very stationary to now progress through Scotland, Wales, England. Wet conditions eventually will start to materialise over the majority of the UK as that front and boundary gets its way eastwards. And you can see here the trough, heights lower, temperatures much cooler, more settled conditions by Thursday across the UK. High pressure, milder conditions remain over Scandinavia. Warmer conditions now starting to rebuild across Spain and France, eastwards through Germany, Poland, whatnot. Looking at the precipitation forecast of what is it? I can't even talk now. The GFS model. Sorry about that. You can see here the boundary, of course, all the way from Scandinavia, off the Scandinavian coast of Norway, down through Scotland, Northern Ireland in particular, the Republic of Ireland down through the western portion of Iberia. But I'm going to continue to skip through the R's here. You can see the boundary remaining off the west of the mainland, really. And of course the focus of the rain then over Ireland. Northern Ireland in particular is a major problem through tonight in through Monday. And you can see the rains continuing to almost pile up that air. Because of the boundary associated with a subtropical connection, it's forcing all that moisture, channeling it up the front, but that front is stationary, it's not getting anywhere, so all the rain is then coming down over the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland and up the west coast of Scotland. But looking through 36 hours, 39, 42, look at how the boundary now eventually starts to push its way through the UK as the ridge breaks down, starting to bend. Look at how the precipitation now starts to swing northwestwards as the ridge of high pressure is getting punched in the southern end, and then it's starting to flow out the way over the northwest corner of Europe. All the rain now starting to get pushed away from Norway, northern Scandinavia, remaining dry, settled, 5 to perhaps 12 Celsius above normal in this region of the world here. But you can see here very wet conditions as the front all sweeps through France into central portions of Europe, so we've got very messy conditions Tuesday through Wednesday over the central portion of the Mediterranean. So a slowly progressive pattern. We're going to be seeing relief Tuesday and the Wednesday for Ireland, Northern Ireland, as a boundary, all the wet weather gets pushed eastwards eventually. It's been a slow progress of this boundary, and the Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland in particular, have seen several inches of rain. They'll continue to do so over the next 12 to 36 hours, and then eventually England and Wales will lose their sunshine. That boundary will eventually push the heavy rain eastwards through that and out into the North Sea. In the process, we're going to be seeing winds increase through Wales and England, and that's all going to get forced eastwards as the trough then pushes east, the ridge breaks down, and we're going to be seeing warmer conditions up into Scandinavia, cooler conditions for the UK and Ireland. But the ridge by midweek looks as if it's going to start to try and build more warmth back into Spain again. So it's an unsettled pattern, folks. It's the month of October. No cold